empowering Ivan and saying, power to the people. I'd like to give thanks, first of all, to the Coast Salish people for allowing me to be on this territory. And those words mean a lot to me because I was homeless throughout Canada and the United States until I came to Vancouver. And there were people that I met when I was homeless. One man was from Squamish, Musqueam, and he allowed me to be on his territory. And that really, really means a lot to have a place where you can call home and a place where you can be and not get pushed on from one place to the next. Because the perspective I want to speak on is the call to end homelessness and how important that is. And how important it is that all three levels of government work together, the municipal, the provincial, and the federal, because we need a housing strategy right across the nation, right across the province. And I think all of us inside have felt that fear, like maybe we could be homeless if we're just one paycheck away. It could happen to us, and it's so important that those places of social housing are there to catch us when we fall. And I am fortunate enough to have found a little studio bachelor apartment that's self-contained. I have my own kitchen, I have my own bathroom, and all those things are luxuries for a lot of people. And I also only pay 30% of my income, which is also a real blessing. And it's enabled me to get back on my feet. It's enabled me to visit my son. My son is 17, and I lost custody of him and became homeless. And I would ask at the homeless shelter, I want an advocate to help me reconnect with my son, to see him, because I do call him. And they would say, well, you're homeless. And they wouldn't help me do it. It was like that stigma that, sorry. And it's also, I have a mental illness. So another cause that's dear to my heart is housing for people who are mentally ill. And my friend mentioned to me about a house over on Drake Street, and someone in his mental illness was yelling and screaming and was kicked out of his apartment because of that there wasn't that understanding for people who do suffer from a mental illness. And even in the building I live in now, when I go into the hospital and I come out, sometimes they're saying, maybe this isn't the best kind of housing for you. And it's hard living under that fear. But some people say that the shelters are a solution to homelessness, but really social housing is, because the shelters are very stressful to live in. I don't know, for those of you who have ever been in a shelter, they're constantly on you, find a place, and they're riding your case, and you have to have a review meeting every 3 days, and it's very, very stressful. And you're dealing with other people who are also under a lot of stress, and your things may go missing, and you don't have the proper ID that you need. So all those things add costs. And if you look at housing me in a jail, because I've been in a jail too when I was homeless in Calgary, for loitering and jaywalking and for obstructing a police officer. I spent 2 months in a jail, in a psychiatric jail, and I know that's Harper's solution, is throw everybody in jail and build jails, but it would be much more productive if you built social housing for people. Psych wards are expensive, and people on the street, like I've had to call ambulances when I was on the street. I got into a psych ward. All those things cost a lot of money. Like a psych ward several years ago was $1,000 a day. Well, you could find decent social housing for that much. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you for that amazing set of speakers so far. We've